When I was a teenager, I used to write every day on WATTPAD, and it was my favorite thing in the world. And I finished one of my books on WATTPAD. It's very long and very bad. But since I like pain, I figured, why don't we read it? Okay, here we are on WATTPAD. Let's go to my profile. And there I am! Yay! I had 63 followers. Crazy. And as you can see, I, goodness, I've had so many stories, but this is the one that we're going to be reading. It's called Saving Emily, and it had 5.3K reads, so that's pretty good. So let me read you the summary, or the blurb, sorry. Rosie wants nothing more than to stop having to steal to support herself and her deadbeat mother. Getting the lead role in a TV show was just an accident, but she hopes it will turn her life around. Emily, who plays Rosie's mom on the show, wants nothing more than to be a real life mother, but her cystic fibrosis makes that practically impossible. When Emily is tasked with being Rosie's mentor, Rosie is drawn down a rabbit hole of suspicion, chaos, and heartbreak that she is not prepared to face. How big of a mistake was joining the Saving Emily Club? Okay, I'm so embarrassed. Like, first of all, this book, like, I thought that I did a lot of research about cystic fibrosis, but it's still probably like 100% inaccurate. So don't listen to anything I say. But um and there are a couple of trigger warnings in this book. It talks about suicide, and it also talks about miscarriage and infertility. So if that is triggering for you guys, then please, I understand if you don't want to listen. Okay, let's get into it. Oh dear. See, it's like, okay, it's a super, super long book. It has like, how many chapters does it have? Freaking, like, this long. Like 73 chapters plus a prologue plus an epilogue. Okay, let's get into it. Okay. um, I must have been here for hours, detached from the chaos around me. I'm in the middle of a hospital. Oh, sorry. I'm in the waiting room of a hospital. Why? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I walked in and I shuddered, pressing the heels of my hands into my tightly closed eyes. I wanted to forget. I wanted the horrible sight to leave me. I shouldn't have left. I shouldn't have left her. Okay, so sorry, I'm squinting because when I wear my glasses, it like reflects in the ring light. See, like, you can't see me. I guess it's fine. I'll just wear my glasses. Um, but yes, sorry. Let me get back to it. In a trance, I watched the people around me without seeing. Nurse Evans crossed the hallway as if on a leisurely stroll. My stomach contracted. She didn't know. She couldn't know and still be able to function. Sorry, one more side note. So, like, I took this prologue. Like, at the time, I thought that I needed something interesting to hook people in right away. So, I took this from the climax and I copied and pasted it right into the prologue. So, sorry if that throws everyone off. She didn't know. She couldn't know and still be able to function. But could she? What if I was the only one affected by this? What if there truly was no one else who cared? And there was a sudden commotion off to my left, and I turned to see Steve rush into the room, a mad look about him, chased by no fewer than 5 guards, doctors, and a security guard. Sorry, I'm really bad at reading out loud. Um, no, he shrieked as they pulled him away from the door he was trying to force open. No, I'm a doctor. I have to get in. Steve, one of the men began, clasping his shoulder with a comforting yet firm hand. She's my wife, he bellowed, tearing away from him. She's my wife. It took all the men present to hold him back as he threw himself against the door again, sobbing and screaming. Officer Black, a second man spoke, finally handing a fighting but momentarily subdued Steve to the security guard. Would you please escort Dr. Bates to his daughter? It took me far too long to register that he was pointing to me. The officer walked Steve across the room, muttering condolences and apologies, and set him gently into the chair beside me. I'm very sorry, he then told me. Steve turned his wild eyes on me. What happened? He seethed. I don't know. Weren't you there? He demanded. I opened my mouth to reply, then closed it again. I wasn't there. All these years, and this was the time I wasn't there when she needed me. Steve sat watching me, but I couldn't meet his eyes. Rosie, he said through clenched teeth, what happened? I looked away, tears in my eyes. What had happened? I left, I came back, and now I was here. I felt like I was missing something very important, the piece to complete the center of the puzzle. I sighed. Part of me wanted answers, and part of me wanted to keep this information buried as far away from me as possible. I'm sorry, I finally whispered, a single tear sliding down my cheek. And I was sorry. I knew that whatever had happened, it was all my fault. So that's the prologue. There's some comments. Like, oh, I'm loving this already. Yay. Thanks, guys. Oh, well, yeah, I feel so dumb because I feel like this prologue just spoiled the whole book. Like, everything, it revealed everything. So, that's great. Like, thanks for reading, guys. Yeah, that's the story. Yeah. Um, well, subscribe if you want to read, if you want to hear chapter 1 and all of the other 73 chapters. I promise they're all super short. Like, I think the longest chapter has like 3,000 words in it. So it's only like a page and a half each. The average is like 1,500 words a chapter. So they're so short. So if you want to read, keep watching.